Good afternoon. I'm DRBMiller and this is Call of Duty Warzone. A warm welcome to all of our friends, fans, community members, participants, squad mates and viewers worldwide. Thank you for joining us on various platforms. Thank you for being here with us today for another session of Warzone and our participation in the wonderful world of Verdansk. As you know, we've entered the era of the outbreak. Kicked off on Thursday and we indeed have tried to explore the ship, but so far unsuccessfully. Even with the most dedicated Warzone veterans in here, we were not able to survive. I've seen no zombies, and I think no one from our squad had seen any of them as yet. We tried also Cold War freebie, which is running presently for a week for free on various platforms, and sadly it didn't perform well on the tech side of things. Plenty of rubber banding, lag, no audio and all sorts of other issues, so we basically aborted. The same problems were persisting in December when we were trying out the game together with our community members, and it's sad because really the content of the event is very enjoyable, but as the game doesn't work at all on the tech side of things, we couldn't really do anything. In fact, on Friday, Spurs and me had a couple of matches where my character was so badly rubber banded that I nearly fell sick, and I was physically sick. I nearly suffered a seizure due to the drop on the frame rate, and generally altogether the experience of flashing lights and everything within the game was certainly of great concern to me, and really of serious concern to anyone who does have a health condition. And if you're not even having any form of health issue, you are going to be finding it very difficult to focus and concentrate. So really doing themselves a disservice, Activision, by allowing the game to be operating in such terrible deficient and non-functioning format. So really talked about it quite a bit the other day, and I really want Activision to take note of this, because if you look at the postings on Twitter, which are on the official Call of Duty profile of the game, and thousands of comments saying what is going on. The game is unplayable. We can't do a thing. It's so bad, and I'm not sure what's causing it. My assumption is the servers that are sufficing the freebie are simply not equipped well enough to be dealing with the quantity and influx of traffic, and therefore the servers are melting and all kinds of problems are being experienced everywhere. So quite frankly, they need to sort it out if we are to be entertained. And on the sort of positive note, on the bright side of things, this game, Warzone, has not been affected with its outbreak inclusion. The zombies are featuring on the ship, and the ship indeed is full of all kinds of other activities. So this is something that we need to be exploring for the next 2 weeks. So you could see we have still 10 days left. But it's been very difficult because everyone, half the teams, maybe 3/4 of the overall teams entering Warzone were during the last couple of days dropping on the ship, which meant that it was impossible to survive unless you had proper weapons and maybe even your loadout. And we still have to work out some tactics and strategies in order to first of all survive, secondly to see some of the zombies, and then thirdly to manage to eliminate some of the campers, because I've gone in there by myself in solo missions, and campers were able to eliminate me straight away. I didn't see any zombies, so I guess they must have eliminated all the zombies before I got there. Hard to tell. Anyway, we had a very enjoyable, very busy session of Apex today. Compared to yesterday, no victories. Yesterday I had 4 victories and I think 2 seconds and about 3 or 4 thirds. Today we've had 1 second, couple of thirds and few fourths, and generally lots of enjoyable matches. We had a new community member joining us, and we played together quite a selection of matches. It's great to see that our Apex community is always attracting new participants and new followers, and it's great to see that people are entering the game recently, because all the veterans who were there from the beginning are still there, but they're not popping in as frequently. They have a look at the new season, they don't stay there for too long, they move and migrate to other games. And don't forget, 2 years ago we didn't have as many activities which were based on seasonal content compared to what we get today, and That is the most significant difference. And I was saying to our friend Cody, who's the new member of our community, that I find the overall number of seasons that are presently developed and playing on all these games to be a bit overbearing. PUBG, Lunar Year season. Then you have 2-year anniversary of Apex, new season kicking off on Destiny, Fallout 76 new season, Call of Duty Cold War new season. What else? The list just goes on and on and on and on, and it's very hard to catch up with everything. You know, there are games like Black Desert Online that I really adore, and I'd like to stream it in here. We actually did stream it in the past, but it's really not enough time to fit anything in. To be frank, I have to be prioritizing some of the games where this is the content because there's a lot of interest for it. People use this walkthrough. People want to see what actually is happening within the game in order to decide whether to purchase those seasons or the content. In fact, if it is seen as something they need to acquire, you know, the cosmetics in anniversary season, we get one lot of rewards for free if we grind to 5,000 gamer point levels, and then the other lot is basically a lengthy grind, which is impossible to finish in 2 weeks, and then you're being left to your own devices to invest to purchase some of the Apex packs in order to get these kinds of skins. And down to the players, obviously, it's optional. So we are really going to be prioritizing some of that content because everybody's interested. You know, in PUBG, the Luna event is also giving you a lot of loot, and I played PUBG last week several times during the week. We are going to go back to it tomorrow, and hopefully you enjoyed all you've seen. I was a bit rusty, not played PUBG of late, and anyone who's hammering Warzone will have a bit of a difficulty in adjusting. PUBG is a very stealthy, very quiet, very cat and mouse type of game, and also it's all about where and when you are going to be able to get the very best quality loot, the best loadout that you indeed need. All about team effort, and doing it with randoms is definitely sometimes not fun, but I do play with many randoms in all different online forums and through many games, because this is the way to which I build my community. In fact, if you look at Warzone here, it was all built from those people who were popping in and were selected randomly through matchmaking and wanted to become a member of a squad. They were all subscribing to the channel rules and the Twitch rules, and therefore today we have a very sizable regiment. I think presently we have around 32-33 players who are permanently here every single day. About 3 or 4 squads are engaging with the enemies every single day, irrespective of the time zone. So that's a fantastic, formidable achievement in only a few months. Don't forget, I promoted Warzone and Modern Warfare on their release, and we had Alpha and Beta of Modern Warfare. We had Warzone. I think it was it a demo, or there was something before the game was released, and then we had quite a few weeks of serious activity during the first month. So I've gone back to it because later last year, as I discovered that the number of participants was growing in view of its cross-platform access, and this was the best decision I would have taken here on the channel since I started playing Destiny, because really, quite frankly, Warzone and Destiny are the most socially active games here on the channel. We get lots of people popping in and interacting live on air, so we provide everyone with high quality content. It's always enjoyable to have new friends joining us. We always welcome everyone from our community, old and new, at all times. And what's really particularly formidable is that both games, Destiny and Warzone, are truly global. We have people from all over the world. Like yesterday, we were in a squad with one person from Pakistan, the other from Norway, the third one from Britain, myself, and the fourth one from Germany. So it's like a global strike force, and we really work beautifully. We had a lot of fun and play lots of different matches. So just remember, if you are a streamer, if you're a wannabe streamer, if you want to be doing anything online, always make sure that you are getting the people on the community from every part of the world, because therefore you are on one hand fully inclusive, on the other you're attracting lots of new participants to come in. Make sure you're selecting a game that is popular, or indeed has been popular in the past but not frequently played or streamed today, like Destiny, Fallout, Elder Scrolls for instance, Skyrim, and you can then be just bringing in people randomly, and you can obviously start with the process of your community being formed. So remember that, if you're just a tip really, and we talked about this a bit earlier in my Apex stream as new community members asking about Twitch streams and how the channel was built and everything else. Right, so no news coming on the wires since yesterday, and nothing much to report, therefore we'll just dive in. A lot to be had, a lot to be completed, and a lot to be done in here. So we'll have a look at all that is to follow. So we have several people there on the list. Let me see whether they are going to be joining us. We have Spurs, of course. We'll, oh, Spurs is busy by the looks of it. Spartan, invite to party. We have, let me see. Paulina will bring in. Let me see. I can see that our friend Koidi is watching. Thank you, Koidi, for joining us for Warzone stream. Much appreciated. You'll see as we bring people in, we'll crack on with some very, very interesting matches. So thank you very much for that, and thank you for supporting the channel and our Warzone community. Koidi is our new Apex community member, joined us earlier today. We played several matches together. Koidi was sending various requests, and I will not be able to bring Koidi in here because of the age restrictions and all the other rules which we have on the channel, but we'll carry on with Apex tomorrow, as we said. And let me just bring in a few of our community members in order to crack on with some matches, so just give us a minute. And we'll ask our friend Spurs to see whether he wants to come in, and just bear with me. And unfortunately cannot bring him in. Okay, so we'll just have a warm-up, I think, without anyone else. I didn't see this. We have some perks on our weapons. That needs to be attended to first. But you know what? I did see yesterday that the first mod on my Tundra changed, right? So we need to have a full sound moderator. Reduces firing acoustics, eliminates flash to improve position concealment. That's the most important thing that I need to be getting. And let me see what our friend Spurs is saying. Paphos says that he can't come in. Paphos said he wouldn't be able to come in. Okay, no problem. We'll warm up. Alright, so I noticed yesterday as I was using my sniper that for whatever reason my sound moderator, the mod I use on the muzzle, was altered. So I'm not sure whether this is a glitch or whether I've done this by error. Not clear, not sure, but certainly oh, we got more messages from Paphos. Let me just see what he says. Paphos said that he's very sorry, but he will not be able to join us today due to other commitments. Will join us as usual later in the week, so that's good. let's see, barrel, what else do we have? Underbarrel, front grip. Okay, so that's been fully equipped. Bruiser grip. I'm not interested. Front grip is the most important. And then we have ammunition. 9 rounds. Well, not really. Not as important. Rear grip field tape. Aim down sight time flinch resistance. Field tape flinch resistance. Sassar jungle grip full equip. Stock. Tactical stock CQB pad. No, none of these are really important. Optics, we have SUSAT, multi-zoom and all the other ones. Bullet velocity, that's our combat recon. Yeah, so our weapon is sorted, don't need to worry about any more. We'll have a look if there's anything else. Yeah, there is. On that PKM, we are getting something. And lightweight suppressor. Spare says that he is going to be there, so just bear with me. I'll no, that's not right. I don't want any lasers in there. On the barrel. Okay, anything else customize? I don't want to spend more time on this at the moment, I don't think. Because this is our custom loadout number 9, so that's not really important. Okay, let me just bring in spares. Spares will be coming and joining us shortly. Spartan will join. Hello, sir. Hello, how's it going?
Yeah, not too bad, not too bad.
Good. I had a lengthy Apex session today. It was really great fun. And yesterday there was about 4 victories. Today a couple of seconds and a few thirds, and just generally very enjoyable. And I've just been talking to my community a bit about various things that popped up. So far, no warm-up matches. And, you know, look forward to this. Buffos said that he is a bit busy today. He will not be able to join us. And I think Carter's been also... I know that, but unfortunately, due to certain issues, I can't bring him in. You will know what's been said the other day, and with the moderators interfering and that. So I'm sad about that, but I won't be able to bring him in to my live stream. All good for anything which is outside of Twitch, but you know, I had a community warning, community strike warning. You remember me what I said, and I had to take. Well, they basically took certain action in order to prevent the account from being restricted on the family friendly. So sadly, that is the algorithms of Twitch which are causing this, and you know, they don't have a manned desk that will be looking at all the issues. It's automated, and then it's very hard to change if you know any of these things take place. So I'll be extra careful. I was particularly concerned as I've seen both messages and articles on various online hubs about restrictions and bans which were, you know, ill-conceived, unjustified, and it was very difficult for those people to contest them. So that really has been very much of concern.
Well, it's understandable, to be honest.
So let me just have a look. What else have we got there?
As I went on Cold War, I was just on Cold War, and the loadout for the Cold War is completely different to the one for Modern Warfare for this Farah, AE3. It's got a 50 round mag, whereas on Warzone it's got a 60 round mag. Doesn't make sense.
Yeah, it's a bit strange, isn't it? Absolutely no sense at all. I've also discovered that I was looking at my weapon there, which is my LW3 Tundra, and I looked at it, and then suddenly the mod that was left to muzzle has been changed for some reason. Instead of sun moderator, there was, I think, infantry stabilizer applied. So it must have been a glitch, when we were doing the updates and everything else. That must have been interfering. So
maybe.
Okay, let's have a look what else we've got. My loadout is sorted out, so basically we can have a look at.
Yeah, mine's sorted for the time being. I just want to get. I mean, there's stuff I can put on my gun that makes it much more powerful, but it won't be quiet. Like, you need a suppressor, I feel.
Yeah, I'm trying to really get my sniper to the top level, and then also what I've done is I've changed weapons to in my secondary I have, what is it, 1, 2, 3, 4 RPD. Yeah, so that RPD is already 49. So all good really for any incursions and anything that might be coming our way. Alright, so if you're ready, we can just crack on, I think.
Yeah, I'm ready. All's
Cool. Let's crack on. Let's see what's before us. Quite warm in here today.
There's 4 degrees here today, so it's not freezing, but
well, I thought it was going to be raining, but actually we have very, very nice bright day here. Lots of sunshine, proper spring. So proper spring has arrived. Just hope it wasn't going to be that cold at night. It was very, very cold yesterday when I was coming back. Said the temperature was 6 degrees, but actually it was not.
it's 4 degrees here, but it's gone up to 8. It was 4 degrees earlier.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Quite warm.
It says 8 on one, it says 6 on another. I don't think it's made up its mind yet, but the way my window faces, get the sun in late afternoon coming straight through my window, so that warms up my room as well, going through glass.
Yes, there was cold winds coming back. I didn't expect it to be, wintry after a very nice sort of spring, summery day. And the same thing probably will be happening today as well. I think the evening weather has been a bit nippy.
I read in my local newspaper that a lot of people went to see.
Sorted. We'll be deploying shortly.
People went to the seaside. It's in the newspaper that a couple from Hull drove all the way down there.
Really? Got a big in here.
People driving all the way from there to come here just to walk along the beach. It's madness.
I guess so. People are just forgetting about the lockdown and everything else. It's just ridiculous.
Being in the zombies,
Let's have a look. It looks like train station's on a flight path. Where do you reckon we should go? Where do you fancy?
Got gas closing in
Yeah, I don't mind. Train station's fine.
That's our drop location.
Oh, well, it's going to be busy because it's on a flight path.
Yeah. Oh, well, we can go somewhere else. Go farmland.
Yeah, farmland's good, and also it's quite close to the ship, just in case. Still not seen any zombies. Buffalo saw one zombie.
No, I haven't seen any either.
No, he's the only one who
Then
saw
we've only
zombies.
gone on the ship a couple of times. This
Yeah.
is scary.
See anybody out there? Do you see anyone?
No one stopping with me. They might be behind me, but quite high up. Well, quite low down. Should I say so?
Objective is to eliminate the bounty target.
I'm really liking this new SMG at the moment, that Bullfrog.
I've not used it
Do you
really.
use it
I've
yet?
seen it, but not had a chance. They have lots of
It's
different
pretty decent.
weapons. Lots of different weapons now
Down. Well done.
for collection.
Yeah, there is.
Right, lads, let's get it done.
See what
But
else.
what I like about the Bullfrog is you can get it with an attachment where you've got 85 rounds,
Yeah.
so you don't have to load it up as often. Just picked up a Farah 83.
I was joining because I didn't find anything much in here where I am.
There's a plate there.
Anyone use body armor?
Coming.
It's an M16.
Sniper rifle here.
Oh, that sounds like... I hate these wooden houses. Oh, that's you coming in. It's upstairs, the plate.
Yeah, I just want to see what's downstairs because I can get a better weapon, I hope.
Drop it for you.
Anyone use body armor?
You can see people where.
Marking shotgun.
Gas is moving.
Coming away.
Located bounty contract.
Yeah, we've got enough for a loadout.
Sounds good. Plenty of money.
Fuck. Where to? Be advised. Friendly precision airstrike inbound.
Yeah, I'm in.
Taking shot.
Just gonna make our way to green. We can make it there.
Taking shot.
Of course, yeah. I thought there's somebody on the roof. I'm not 100% sure.
Vendor mark. Let's take it. Spotted some cash. Enemy UAV overhead.
Okay, where should we have it? Here in the quad?
Chuck it round here somewhere.
Yep.
Enemy loadout drop on the way.
By far, okay, I'll take that. That's quite good. You drop it.
Oh, something in there. Didn't even see where that was from. Are they on the roof?
Looks like a glitch to me. I've seen the glint coming from the 5th or the 6th floor. I'm not sure. Yeah, I'm on the floor. I'm safe here. They can't see me.
Setting AT mine.
Just go on the floor because I'm not sure where he is. 100%. He must be
Yeah, I
somewhere.
can see him.
Where was he?
Just hiding.
Okay. I need plates. I'm just completely without anything.
There's a satchel there.
Upgrade here. Cancel that.
Just grab the satchel, someone. Or I'll grab it.
Target identified. Slot the bastard.
I don't need the satchel. I've got 5 plates already. So someone come grab the satchel.
Coming.
Body armor.
Where's the satchel? Now gone.
Setting AT mine.
Enemy loadout drop on the way.
Oh, we need to get out of this gas quick.
I'm in bad shape.
Gas is moving in. Two safe zone left.
I've got to go forward because the gas is going to kill me. I'm on my last legs.
Yeah. The gas has stopped. Here, there's 27 meters away. There's someone.
Okay. I need everything. I don't have plates or anything. Well, the gas is literally halfway to the police station. Oh no, just outside. Okay.
Bounty target is down. Well done.
Nice.
Bounty target has been marked. Kill him. Vendor here if you need to buy.
Does anyone have spare plates? I could do with 1 or 2.
Yeah, I've got some.
Let me just have a look at in the tents first before we crack on.
Anyone use body armor?
There's a good weapon in here. Anybody wants it? Big trouble.
Found a submachine
I've got my load out.
Gas is inbound.
Got some money.
The plates are here, mate.
I'll come. Yeah.
Yeah, just there, Miller.
Yeah, sure. Thank you.
Anyone need body armor?
Incoming vehicle just to our right. 25
Oh,
meters
yeah,
away
it's a
from
car.
us.
Yeah, I can see it.
Driving away now. He's driving away. Where is he gone?
Right.
They jumped, I think.
Yeah, there's on the roof.
Oh, I didn't see him.
It's down.
Didn't see him. I'm just calling towards the fire station.
Ah!
There's another guy in there.
Yeah.
How many of them? Ah, that's annoying.
You're in the gulag now. Fight to earn redeployment. You have to wait for your turn, mate. You can always have a go at these bastards while you wait. Give them some choice words or smash their mugs with a well-placed stone.
Oh, we're all having a treatment by the looks of it. The butchers is already 3 down. I didn't see the guy on the roof. I saw the guys jumping out the vehicle, and I was going to engage the one who was to my left. I didn't see the other guy.
Ah!
Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. If you lose, you're done. Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
Lighting Molotov.
That looked like that was going to be a grenade. Ah, he got me.
You're heading
Bit
back
slow.
to base. If your team has the cash, they can pay for your release. Be advised, your teammate has been marked as a high-value target. Keep them secure.
Unlucky, buddy.
Oh man, this was like... What was the weapon he used? So rapid.
Could have been Mac 10 or any sort of SMG, really. That ball
Just
fog's
seemed
quite
so
quick
rapid,
as well.
yeah, rapid. Well,
This is here if you need.
I actually probably go for that supply line which is behind you. That vehicle as well.
Let's head to that vehicle.
Because this is going to be really hot. There'll be lots of people in here. It's in the very middle of the circle.
Sorry for being quiet, I was just texting my niece about the Tottenham game.
No worries at all.
Not safe. Be ready to fight.
I was just watching.
Yeah, she missed the game, so I was just telling her to go watch the highlights on YouTube. It was a
Yeah.
good game today.
Well, Tottenham are just rocking. We need to see what happens now with the European Cups. Just let's
Well,
hope.
Bale scored twice. He had 3
Yeah.
attempts, 2 on target, and he set up a goal as well. And his second goal was amazing.
Well, he's
It's
had
just
some,
like watching Gareth Bale back when he was younger.
he's had some troubles of late. I mean, really.
Just fitness. Because you think about it, he wasn't really playing at Real Madrid.
Yeah, he complained about it a little while back. I mean, for a player of his size, he has got to be in the game at all times, because the fitness will be just disappearing. He'll put on weight and then that's it. Just forget it.
Because of his fitness. That's why he wasn't playing. He wasn't playing at Real. Because for whatever reason, Zidane didn't like him. Good shooting, buddy. Well done.
That was amazing, and that was on Paddington. Get inside. Just take pot shots up. Yeah, that's it. Replace. Look for plates, because otherwise you're dead. Well done. That was some shooting with Paddington. Amazing. Well, you can see what PC does, you know. Look, you see this? Look, yeah, unfortunately he got. Yeah.
Arms mobile.
You won't be able to help him, I'm afraid. He's being pushed down by a team holding the upper ground.
Yeah, I see him.
Where's the enemy? Do you see him? Where's the guy who shot him?
Yeah, I can see him. He's there.
Oh, I see him at close range. I thought he was further away. I didn't see him.
No. Well, buy yourself plates, mate. There's a buy station there.
Yeah.
Buy yourself a plates bundle.
See whether I can ping him. Can I ping him by station?
Aid station marked.
There's another plate there, nice.
No, there's one closer to you, actually.
Aid station marked.
Ignore that one. Just
Yeah.
go next to you. Just buy some plates. Just next to you. And it seems to be fine. There, yeah. Close the door. Close the door. Because he can, if he had he closed the
He's
door.
got his fella's plates.
Oh, I see. He found the satchel. That's all right. No, I just thought if he closed the door, he could have gone back to the buy station and then couldn't be seen.
So we can get someone out now.
Well, that's right. Whoever is on the top.
Oh.
Spurs it is.
Need weapons.
He looks like he's alive, doesn't it? But actually he's dead.
I just
It
picked
fooled
up
me a
that dude's
couple of
weapons.
times. I'm watching our friend. I think somebody dropped. Just watch out for anyone coming from that position. Oh, another helicopter. What? He's not. There is another helicopter. Our friend is so fast. I'm watching his cam. Fizzy, I'm watching your cam. You're so fast. I couldn't be as fast as that in a million years.
I can hear a lot of people.
He's just behind that launcher. He's on the other side where that ping is.
Dead.
Well done, well done. Team white.
I need to get some bullets though.
Mind the gas, mind the gas.
That's alright. Just get bullets.
Try the cabin to your right. Yeah, there was I don't know where they can get in. Look at that, there was a door in there.
Ah! Where'd that come from?
Oh no.
Oh, there's two of them behind me.
Two of them coming in hard. Watch out. They're coming through the door to your left. Oh, unlucky. Unlucky. Well, well played, I thought. Just a bit tricky towards the end. LP wants to join us. He's booked his space. Let me see whether he's still there. Do you see him? LP.
Spanner's on.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Olá. Ótimo. Falta entrar aí um.
Who's there?
Hello there.
Hello, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you
Fine,
for joining us. How is everything out there in Portugal?
Nice. Everything okay.
Good. Just want to remind you that we are live on air. We're streaming through Twitch, and it's a heavily moderated channel.
Okay.
So just keep it in mind with the language you use and everything else, because I got some issues last week with the moderators.
I have a friend to coming, okay?
We have Spanner, who will certainly join us, so I'm just waiting for him to come in.
Oh, I have to go because I'm with a friend, okay?
Alright, buddy.
Alright, no worries.
Okay.
See you later, take care.
See you.
We'll just wait for him for a couple of moments, you know, he probably
Yeah.
doing something, and actually I'll send him a separate message just asking whether he wants to join us. So whilst we're waiting. I had a good day really. It's been a nice Sunday, fairly warm, good Apex session, did bits and pieces, slept well, you know, the kind of Sunday that I really like. But
Yeah, I woke up quite late today, to be honest.
really?
Which isn't normally like. Yeah, I didn't wake up till about 9:30, 10 o'clock, 9:45, something like that.
Alright. Hello.
I'll be back in a minute.
How was that barbecue?
Just give me a second.
How was that barbecue?
Yeah, it wasn't too bad. I'll just dip out a minute. I'm back in a sec.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, no worries.
Oh,
No worries. I wanted to hear more about that barbecue because I've seen his photographs, and it looked like well ready for some turkey cutlets. I know that Carter likes his turkey and cutlets and everything. Yeah, I mean, I got up reasonably early, not just today, but recently. I'm pleased about this because my day's been pushed a bit, so I was also getting up a bit later than usual. And I really don't like that because it's affecting my whole day, you know. Everything is like starting late, inclusive of my dinner and everything else. And then suddenly it's already 2 o'clock in the morning. I really hate that. Do you not also notice that if you wake up late, the perception of the whole day is completely altered? You just feel, the time's running out. I'm late here, I'm late there. I can't catch up with this. And once you're up
That's
early,
why even since I've been out of work, I've been getting up early.
yeah, well, it's probably your biological clock as well. As obviously you're an early riser.
Just want to stay in a routine more than anything.
Yeah.
If you get out of a routine, then that just messes you up. Especially as you're getting older, it takes a little bit longer to get back into a routine. I found. But when I was young, I could be out clubbing in my
Yeah.
20s, go to work the next morning.
Well,
But
I
I could never
agree.
do that now.
I agree. It comes with age, and generally, I'm not really, in essence, a very flexible person. You know, I mean, some people have got it in them. They can just adapt to anything. So therefore, even when I was in my younger years, still it would be taking a little while to adapt to certain things. But I also find that biologically, if you are having a regular routine, then your body gets used to the routine, and you wake up
Yeah.
roughly at the same time. Doesn't matter what day of the week it is; it could be any. And if you kind of get out of that routine, then it's more difficult to get back in. And
Well, I
well,
don't have my alarm set, because I normally wake up between 6 and 8 every morning.
yeah,
That's helping because I've pretty much cut the caffeine out, apart from decaf coffee, because I do like coffee. But what I'm drinking at the moment is Red Bush tea. It's proper South African one as well as Rooibos, or however you pronounce it, which is just Red Bush. South African, I think.
yeah.
Yeah. So from Aldi's as well, it's not even that bad. You can get expensive brands, but this one tastes nice, to be honest. And it's Diplomat, the brand name is.
Oh, really? You broke up a bit. I
Yeah.
didn't quite hear. It was Red Bush tea, was
Oh,
it?
yeah, Red Rooibos, yeah, Red
Yeah.
Bush. I drink quite a bit of that now.
Well, you know,
It's
I've been
got an
drinking.
unusual taste, doesn't it?
Yeah, I've had some of it a little while back, and recently I've been drinking red berries infusion, which is from Tesco's, and then
Yeah.
I just like the flavor. And what to do is I mix it with grapefruit juice. So I have grapefruit, and then I have red bush tea and some honey and hot water. It's absolutely perfect flavor. It's ideal, and it tastes fantastic if you're eating snacks, a wholemeal bread with cheese, and you know it's like something which is like a light snack, and perfect flavor, perfect. Because I would prefer the drinks which are similar in taste to coffee, but then you know sugar component and drinking it in larger quantity. And so I resort to herb teas, and red bush tea is one of my favorites certainly. Chamomile, red berry infusion. I discovered recently that ginger, like raw ginger, if I was to be using it in hot water to make tea, and that is having a very profound effect on my central nervous system. I was shocked. It was like a really strong stimulant. So if you were
Oh,
to be
ginger
using
is
it,
good for you.
well, yeah, I was drinking it for probably a couple of months, from about November to end of January, because of the pandemic and sort of increasing your immune system. It's helping your body, the overall strength to fight various viruses and influenzas and you name it. But the effect was incredible, and I found myself having some difficulties with sleeping. My sleep wasn't good enough. It was similar to what I had with caffeine, a similar sort of effect. And I was using ginger roots for my usual tea, so I would just spike it with one piece of ginger root. It's so powerful. So unfortunately, my CNS can't take it, so I'm not drinking ginger anymore. And I have some nice ginger brands in Tesco's. They have ginger lemon and chamomile, and
Yeah, I've got ginger lemon.
yeah, but I'm not going to be drinking. Obviously, it may be significantly different because it's just tea bag compared to a ginger root.
Yeah, that'll be completely different, Miller. Absolutely, it will be.
Yeah,
Proper fresh ginger, you can tell the difference if it's fresh
yeah.
ginger in your drink than what it would be in a tea bag. It's just dried little flakes of ginger they put in there. It's not
But
exactly overpowering.
but you know,
It's more lemony.
drinking ginger and turmeric tea is terrific. It's really a proper health remedy, and anyone drinking a lot of it will have immune system strengthened. But because of this, the effect
Turmeric's good for you anyway.
very good, yeah, a very very holistic type of spice. So I'm afraid I had to give it a miss. I was just thinking maybe it wasn't a one-off drink, it was just a build-up of ginger in my bloodstream over a longer period of time. Because generally, as a stream, I drink quite a lot of tea, and usually that tea doesn't have anything else but, you know, fruity flavors.
Yeah.
Might be the reason. I wouldn't say I OD'd on it, but I was surprised. I was surprised with the overall effect, which was very powerful. You know, with caffeine, caffeine is a component that stays in the bloodstream. So let's say you drink coffees every day, and then you stop drinking coffees. It's still going to be in your bloodstream for weeks ahead. And the side effects of caffeine, which has been having a build-up in your bloodstream, will stay for months, right? It's a similar sort of... I was very surprised. I didn't think it would be as pertinent. But I'll have to consult one of the specialists just to kind of work out some ins and outs of it. Because I've not really used it that much in the past. And so I'm quite curious to see whether it was just a one-off reaction or, you know, there's anything else. Of course, I didn't realize... Basically, I didn't realize it was such a strong stimulant. That's the main thing. I didn't realize it was as powerful.
I didn't realise it was a stimulant at all.
Yeah, it is. It is. You know, like ginseng, in the traditional Chinese medicine, they will give you ginseng in order to increase the energy levels for people who passed the age of 60. And I remember when I was undergoing treatment for chronic fatigue syndrome after I had a dreadful virus in 2007, my doctor told me, well, we can maybe do a bit of ginseng, and we give you this ginseng in liquid form, but just don't take a lot of it because it could make you really hyper, give you palpitations and all this. So okay, fine. So instead of taking the one he prescribed, I've gone to Holland & Barrett's and I bought Korean ginseng, which is in capsules.
Yeah.
And suddenly I had the best sleep in my whole life. It was just incredible. I had 2 of these capsules and I would sleep like 7 hours, wake up feeling completely rested, no pains anywhere. So I went to my doctor and said, oh, that's unbelievable. I mean, how is this possible? And he said, it's having a reverse effect on you to what actually he does to all other people. Other people have palpitations, they can't sleep, insomnia. I said, what? What insomnia? I slept beautifully like a baby. Never slept better in my life. He said, you know, I really can't work you out. You're just like no one else. I said, fair enough. That's a good compliment, you know. This is my Chinese doctor.
My mate Ashley, he's an insomniac, says he literally gets about 6 hours of sleep a week. How can he live like that?
6 hours of sleep a week?
That's what he says. I think that's an exaggeration.
It's more like 6 hours a week, a day.
Well, he doesn't, because, you know, he's rang me at like 3, 4 o'clock in the morning, not realising what time it is.
Well, don't you think you're spicing it up with something else? By any chance?
Well, no. He doesn't do anything like that. He's a fitness freak. That's why it's weird that he's an insomniac.
Well, no, hang on. That could be his natural, very high adrenaline levels. Because I could certainly tell you, if you were to be looking at, for instance, Spec Ops training today with Navy SEALs and SAS, etc., you will have training sessions lasting between 7 to 12 days where people are being kept on almost no sleep, like really constant activity at all times. And what happens is within a couple of days, your body becomes sleep resistant. So you're constantly on very, very high adrenaline level, and you've got to be constantly moving, you know, literally, you know, all the time. And the activity and carrying heavy weight and everything else keeps that level of adrenaline. But there is a cut-off point, and it's usually within about 7 days. And once you reach the threshold, then you've got to be resting. You'll be sleeping it off for a few days in order to recover. So it does have some physiological representations, if you know what I mean. It does have the components that will be stimulating the adrenaline just purely through physical activity, and you will get that sometimes with people who are fitness coaches and trainers. I did see that. You know, they sleep very little and they get up very early.
I'm so moody if I sleep.
If you're asleep, or if you didn't sleep well, didn't quite hear.
I don't get any sleep. I'll get so moody because sometimes with anxiety and depression, sometimes I can't sleep, and the next day I just won't do anything. I'll just sit there and watch TV or something and avoid everyone just in case I snap at them for no reason. It's not their fault. It's just that I'm tired.
It's funny.
Just
I mean,
leave me in
I'll
town.
give you my own example. My dad, who's now pushing his 90, right? He's 88. He has been sleeping 5 to 6 hours a night his whole life. Even today, at this old age, he will sleep no longer than 6 hours. He'll go to bed around midnight, wake up just before 6, and that's it. This is all he needs. It's biological. And I said, how is this so unfair? His own son needs 9 hours of sleep. It's like half a day gone. But I can't live without it. I can't live without it. Just not possible. I need that sleep. I need to be resting. And I can tell 8 hours is the bare minimum, 8.5 is tops, right? Really feel good. If it's like more than 8.5 hours, then I could feel a bit, I wouldn't say tired, but I can feel the difference. I guess if I had a very stressful week, which obviously is not something I've been having of late, but in the past, with the emergency services works and all else, then I would need probably 9 hours to sleep things off, to feel fully rested. But the need for 8 hours is obviously a much greater one compared to just the need for 6 hours, even to 5. I mean, and also considering his age, other people who come to 85, 86, they sleep all the time. They find it difficult to walk, and with him, it's the other way. It's a bit like me and ginseng. It's that sort of thing. It's weird. But like yourself,
I'm trying to find this new sniper.
Yeah, I definitely need my sleep if I'm to be operating normally and to my full capacity. So I'm very sensitive to that. Albeit, if there is a need, I could go without sleep for quite a while. But for the ordinary activities, I really, need to have it. Lots of people who stream, I've seen this is very popular. You might have also spotted it on Twitter and elsewhere. They tend to do 24-hour streams, and it's so unhealthy. And particularly if you're playing FPS, the games like Hyperspace or not PUBG really, but there's a lot of contact, death matches. It's so damaging to somebody's health, but they think it's cool, and they're doing this because 24 hours is a bit like a race to get new subscribers and new followers, and it's just really something I would never support. We all need to have breaks, and also if you're gaming, you will be in the zone for about 3 or 4 hours, and then it goes. Then you get too tired, and you've seen sometimes with me, after I've done a lengthy stream, maybe with 2 games on the day, towards the end I will be a bit sort of, I wouldn't say subdued, but I'll feel tired, and I'm no longer gaming in the zone. I'm just slow or not reacting properly. Like the other night we were doing that with that Bedicopter, that truck. I was really out. It was a bit past my time, so to speak. It was a bit late, and it just taught me a lesson. It reminded me that you really have to uphold the boundaries, and I'm really one of those people who always does. But if you just lower your guard somewhat, then well, there is penalty. There's a price to pay, and just one of those. Then what's happened to Carter? So he's still there. Do you know? Did you say anything? He said, I'm going to come back in and...
I was probably waiting for us to join, invite him.
No, he would have sent me a message.
He said he was joinable a second ago. I was not. It might have been in a game already.
I doubt it. He probably would not be able to join us if he was doing it with somebody else. Shall we wait and chat, or do we crack on with another warm-up? It's just that the matches are fairly lengthy, and then if somebody needs to wait, a 25-minute wait is a lengthy one. I kind of always prefer to wait and get people in, because at the end of the day, my channel is all about community, and like I said many times before, it's all about chatting and connecting, engaging, and any form of competition or anything that is affecting the aura or the kind of foundation of the channel is really not always welcomed by some of the members and some of the viewers. We are here to chat, to connect, to have fun, provide high quality content, and take it lightheartedly during the times of the pandemic, and during all other times as a guys, you know. I find it incredible how the gaming world connected people from worldwide. You know, yesterday, one person
amazing,
from
really.
Pakistan, the other person from Norway, the third person from Germany, two of us from Britain, and then another person from Holland, another one from France. We are talking to the whole world. And
Yeah, that's the beauty of the internet. That
it is.
consider it was only invented to have people in an office connecting with each other instantly instead of having to go from floor to floor or office to office. You do it at your desk. That's why it was invented.
Similar to Facebook. You know, the idea you connect with your schoolmates and people who are studying within the same university. And it's all about the idea, basically. And then you have to build on it. And you said the other day it was amazing that, you know, we talked to somebody who was from Holland and then somebody from Germany. And it's almost as if they were in the same room, because we talk about things that we love doing.
Like.
No distance whatsoever. We are, you know, all together in the same boat, connecting, talking, interacting. And what really interests me is the future of video gaming as a therapeutic tool. Because during the last, well, the biggest Xbox console launch, which was in November, I watched the entire presentation, which was lasting about 6 or 7 hours, and they had a prologue, and prologue was dedicated to people who are using video gaming for various other things in addition to just basically the gaming activity, and it was incredible. They talked about many organizations that were using streams and streamers for charitable runs, and they raised an unbelievable amount of revenue for those charities. Don't forget, in America, charities get no money from the government. None. Nothing. And therefore, it's all... Sorry?
They get no help from the government, any charities.
No, in America, they're entirely dependent on themselves. They will have some stimulus coming from the local government, i.e. town halls, because, you know, they don't have centralized government in America. It's all about what you have locally. But the main revenue, the main bulk of support comes entirely from the donors, a bit like the political parties. And therefore, anybody who's running a charitable run elsewhere and you know, doing various things in order to raise revenue will be extremely important for those charities. And I have quite a number of Xbox ambassadors who are doing this on a regular basis, and it's really impressive. You know, for instance, okay, I mean, they're not small streamers, but Bungie were running one of those, and they raised, I think, about $200,000 for a charity that works with children that suffer from various illnesses, serious illnesses like leukemia and cancer and everything else. And it was terrific because they introduced clips where you could see those children enjoying Xbox console for the first time with that new controller, obviously for people with some disabilities, and it was fantastic. They could be just like anyone else and connect with, you know, new friends from worldwide. It's just amazing, and I think as a therapeutic tool, it's opening up a lot of possibilities. And don't forget, for us all, living through the pandemic is difficult because we are restricted, we are indoors, we can't do what we usually do, and then being able to connect is terrific. You know, really giving us a tremendous adrenaline jab and helps us to communicate and connect with others. And for myself, having a global community really helped me. I think it gives you a very good perspective on everything that's happening worldwide, and to share it with people who are also having exactly the same interest. You know, in the old days, we would have a music venue or a cinema, and you get a group of people coming there every day. They watch all films, they watch all bands, they all get to know each other. It's like a small group of people, but it was dependent on that location. You had to be going there in order to be connected. But this is exactly the same, just globalized, and I find that really stimulating, and I certainly anticipate many more positive developments to come out of it.
So we used to have something similar here. I used to work in a nightclub when I was 16 as a glass collector. Every weekend we had Battle of the Bands. We had upstairs where people would listen to their dance music and stuff like that. Downstairs, during the week, was like just normal everyday music, whatever you wanted to listen to. The downstairs in the basement was heavy metal and stuff like that.
Oh yeah.
And on the ground floor, not the basement, the ground floor, every Saturday night and Friday night we'd have Battle of the Bands.
Oh.
Some of them were really good, you know.
Well, that's usually interesting because they want to do the very best in order to excel, you know, to attract new audiences and fans. I guess more so in the past compared to today, because at that time, in those days, the internet was not as developed, and it was the main
They'd have
thing.
their particular fans coming in as well.
Yeah.
As well as everybody else who wanted to listen to live music that particular weekend, they'd bring their own fans as well. That nightclub used to make a heck of a lot of money.
Well, I can certainly tell you, I've been going to London music venues throughout my life, and I could really see, on one hand, evolution of the sector. The sector became more and more professional compared to the way it was in the 70s. And on the other hand, I could see that some of the key elements of that social engagement began to disappear. You know? It's just like
Yeah.
it was no longer this one venue or two venues where everybody would go to, and therefore they would go there not just to see a band, but to meet their friends, to have a regular scene and everything. It's just gone into something else. First of all, it became fully globalized. No more local people in there. Or now and then you get somebody popping in who lives locally. Otherwise, people come from all over the country, all over the world. Secondly, they all connect through smartphones, tablets, and laptops. So there's no need to be there. Therefore, they will not be coming every night. They maybe pop in to see a band, and they'll go there not to share their ideas on what this band was trying to say through their music, which was basically the message. Think of Susan the Banshees, The Clash, you know, all the bands of that period. Today it's all about, well, I'm on Instagram, I've got a funky outfit. It's a bit like what you have in Apex. Look what I've got, you know. It's a completely different mindset that people carry. So there's no more dependency or the need to be there at that venue in order to connect with other people, and that's just gone. It's gone, and that's very sad. You know, it's a
I
different way.
think, you know, after something like this happening for COVID, I think things like that might come back.
It's possible. It's possible, and most likely to be connected to lack of revenue. So not many venues will be able to reopen in full. So you'll downsize. You'll have fewer venues, which are going to be attracting a greater number of people. So they will be then going back to the same places. And I guess it's similar to what happened to music halls. You know, in 19th century they had music halls everywhere, and then with all the other inventions, they downsized. They had to convert to cinemas, to theaters, to various other places, and then, you know, it's part and parcel of everything that happens in the local community. But I guess what's trying to angle at was the idea of the message. I think music was carrying a message, for modern music, for many years, for several decades. But that message and the reason as to why you make music, certainly during the last 15 years, is gone. People don't go, you know, to make music to be on stage, to be creating something that will be everlasting, or producing the outlook on life, so to speak. It's about other things, selling products, wearing a fancy makeup, having expensive outfits, you know, that sort of connectivity, which is connecting with fans. It's true, but on a completely different level. It doesn't have the same degree of significance. And I'm amazed with the number of people that are participating here in online forums, and many games are there, but you have probably 2 or 3 dozen that attract the greatest number of participants. And as you could see, we built our regiment and our connections from random matchmaking and regular conversations, and it's tremendous. It's wonderful.
Well, that's what it's all about, really.
Yeah.
Just meeting new people that you wouldn't necessarily meet in your day-to-day life.
Yeah.
But we've all got something in common, which is we want to kick butt, and we don't want to go on the boat.
Well, that boat is trouble.
Same as It's same as music venues. Everyone's there for the same reason. Everyone's there to watch that one particular band,
Yeah,
or everyone's there just to try and have a good time.
yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, things changed, and I think I'm anticipating a very major overhaul of everything at the end of the pandemic. I don't see the end of this pandemic, and it will be carrying on with its collateral and consequences for quite some time. So, we just have to wait and see. They'll be announcing this week the new budget, and all the measures will be extended, and one really begins to wonder, where is the end going to be? What everything is going to look like? Because the standstill of this economy and the economy that we have for such a long period of time will definitely bear certain consequences, and it's not possible to say.
Without a doubt, there's going to be a knock-on effect to this COVID because everything stopped for over a year. The world economy can't work like that.
But it's astonishing that the world economy hadn't fully collapsed as yet. Because if you're looking at the stats, if you're considering how the financial markets work, if anyone told you about anything like this, there'd be just prophecy of gloom and doom. Everybody would anticipate a huge disaster, right? Everybody anticipate that everything would collapse immediately, not in 12 months, but in 2 months. But it's not happened. And that tells you it's human mind. We are flexible, we adapt, we change, we make concessions. And, it's mind-boggling, really. But we vaccinated 20 million people already, so we literally are the world, the world leader on that front. And we need to see whether, once vaccinating maybe 40, 50 million people, all of that is going to be suppressing the virus to the degree which is necessary. But I also believe that our borders will need to be closed during the period, because then we can really experiment and get good stats and data. Do you know? Otherwise, you have constant influx of people coming from the countries where there's loose lockdown, people not respecting the rules, like this individual the other day, who I could tell was from some other country. I don't need no masks, he says. And he walks into a takeaway where everyone's wearing a mask. There's signs, red signs everywhere saying, forbidden to come in unless you're wearing a mask. He didn't care, just barged in. Well, that needs to be definitely stopped. It's, because
I mean, unless he had a medical reason not to wear one, then he should have been wearing one. I've got a medical reason not to wear one. I just do.
He was just a thug.
I just do wear one.
He was just a thug. Didn't care. If anyone else died, he didn't care the slightest.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's not just about me. It's about everyone. I wouldn't be able to live with myself if I passed on to someone they passed away.
Yeah.
That'd do me in for life, that.
That's right.
So I stay in for as long as I possibly can. I'll go out and do my shopping, and that's it. Then I'm indoors for the rest of the time.
Same here, and I can't see the end. I mean, honestly, I can't wait to see the end of it all. But it's nothing I can do but just to stay indoors. And
that's all we can do.
And I can say again to all of our, viewers and friends and fans and everybody who's watching, having this activity online has been absolutely revolutionary. 10 years ago, we couldn't do this, and today we can, and we can connect and build new communities and provide activities that will benefit charitable causes, and it's fantastic, really. But obviously, it's also down to people who organize it, because you've seen some channels run content which is not particularly great, could be damaging, seen as promoting hate speech or being defamatory, being abusive to others. And we absolutely do not want to be part of that at any stage. We want the other, which is connecting and providing something good to everyone.
Well, be normal rather than an idiot.
Yeah.
Because that's all it is. Just people, small-minded people.
But don't forget, if you have a situation like the pandemic, which is affecting people mentally, psychologically, emotionally, then it's likely that within a certain period of time you'll have an increase of individuals who are doing that sort of thing online, just to vent out their frustration, their venom, whatever, the negative drives. And certainly it has been noted that some of that has been on a massive increase. I mean, I have on various hubs some other colleagues who are streamers, and some of them are female, and I can't believe how frequently, it's almost every day that one of them is reporting that they had several people coming into their communities and then being really unpleasant, really abusive. You know, it's ridiculous. It just shouldn't happen in the first place. Because some people are like keyboard warriors, just oblivious to the consequence. Yeah. And not everyone is, you know, as old, as mature, and as knowledgeable in the law like myself. And they just take it to heart, which actually is completely the wrong way. Think about it. An ordinary policeman, an ordinary doctor, an ordinary soldier, how on earth would they be able to deal with all of that distress of the world if we're taking everything to heart? You've got to be trained to deal with stress, distress, and everything else every single day. Obviously, you'll be affected, but you've got to be equally protected. So if you're dealing with people coming into your communities from everywhere, inevitably you'll have all sorts, but it's down to how you present yourself, what you do, what measures you have in there to prevent any form of abuse, because it's usually, you know, in between either the broadcaster or the participants, or the participants start bickering amongst each other with something which is very unpleasant. And either of that is unacceptable, because, you know, ethical gaming, ethical communities, they have got to have that sort of thing at all times present, and, you know, you want to protect what is good. So I think it will be enhanced. Twitch, I've been to their offices in London, I've been to some presentations which they were doing fairly recently, I think it was the year before last, and they did say it was very difficult for them to embrace the exponential rise of participants. They've not expected, when they bought that company, that in no time there'll be hundreds of millions of people using Twitch. They thought, a bit like the guy from Apex I listened to him yesterday, you know, the game director, he said, we built Apex as an experiment, and we thought if we get 1 million people within the first 2 or 3 years, we'll be laughing. We're expecting like a few hundred viewers per day. He says on the first day we had more than 2 million people watching and playing the game. We just couldn't believe it. It was unbelievable. And he said the game was not ready for that degree of interaction. It did take us at least 6 to 8 months to enhance the game in order to, you know, with the service and everything else, to make sure that it was running smoothly. And I do remember, the first couple of days, there were loads of technical problems, especially to do with the number of people who came in. But Twitch was facing the same sort of issue. They said, we were not expecting many people to come in at the same time, and basically we don't have either enough capital or human resources to be able to do everything as we should, i.e. to man certain issues and, you know, to be police. So they leave everything to mods which are automated, robots and algorithms, and that is of serious concern, because on one hand you will have situations where algorithms are detecting what they shouldn't to start with. Secondly, you will have issues that really need to be tackled legally. So if somebody is trumpeting some serious hate speech or are very, very unpleasant towards other people, discriminates or, you know, say terrible things, they need to be prosecuted. So there needs to be a desk dealing with these kinds of issues, which is both regional and international, and they're nowhere near that. And quite frankly, I think, from my experience, all these companies are quite frosty when it comes to dealing with these issues. I think one of the best examples is what we discussed here quite a few times about internet cheats, right? The guys who are doing the games and then using aimbots and everything else. If you are to be having a manned desk dealing with this, responding to inquiries, you will be losing those people who are using these servers, right? So you'll be losing the number of subscribers, losing the number of users. What does that mean? The stats will be dropping, and therefore the investors will be pulling out the capital. So it's a dog-eat-dog situation, if you see what I mean. It's all...
No, it's a situation where you can't really win.
Well, it's all well and fine to say that you have 70, 150 million people doing a particular game on any given day. But if you're selling this game to be 18 plus, children should not be there. How many kids are actually in that arena every single day? Do you see what I mean? So on one hand, you have the enforceable rules. Microsoft invests billions, not millions, billions of pounds in parental controls due to the way the law in America works. So you think, hang on a minute, all these parental controls and all this, they were just introducing last week something which is done on the app. So you use the app in order to control what your child is doing remotely on your phone, and, you know, it's like a big thing. But they, you know, the actual company, you know, Activision, for instance, they're oblivious to this.
with PlayStation 4, I know that you can put a parental lock on this, and you can stop a child from downloading anything that's over 18
Yeah.
or 18 and over. But you've got to put some of the blame down on the parents. Some parents are just anything to shut them up
Absolutely.
because they're not really built to be parents and understand that a child needs to be treated as a child and not as, oh, just do what you want, I can't be bothered.
Well, to be honest, I've seen that so many times in London on public transport. You will see children with parents, and they will be playing a game on either the mobile phone or tablet, and you can tell straight away this game is not for a child. And these
Yeah.
parents do exactly that, just keep them occupied. So they don't have to be
Yeah.
worried or do anything else, perhaps do not need to socialize to the same degree. And that's definitely not the way it should be, and that's not the way the developers, the people who are producing the games, would want the games to be. They want games to be family friendly, they want people to be gaming ethically, and they want for everyone to do what we do here. That's the idea, and
So I think
that's why
games like Fortnite are specifically designed to attract kids because it's cartoony.
Yeah.
They're definitely designed, but this is not designed for a child.
But I can
Warzone.
assure you,
There's a lot of swearing in the game. There's a lot of swearing in the game, and it's violent.
Yeah, I
So
can
it's
assure
not-
you, if you
not
were
aimed
to
at a child.
ask, I don't know, sixth form kids, what game would they rather play, Fortnite or Warzone? Guess what they'd say?
Probably Warzone.
Zombies,
Warzone.
you know, killing and everything. It's I mean, it's the natural drive. You want to do something which is forbidden, but it really would need to be. Our friend there is saying, who is a junior gamer, me. You know, he's saying there on Twitch that wants to be doing exactly that. Well, the thing is, I remember my younger days where we had Scala Cinema in London, and it was the only cinema in Britain that was screening unrated films. These were not like triple X films or anything like this. It was just films that didn't pass the board of censors due to political views or the content one way or the other. And everybody wanted to go to see some of these films, and the only cinema in London that was screening some of them was Scala. So I went there and I watched them, but I was not as young as 13. Let's make this clear. It's a different story because they wouldn't let me in, and the difference is, I guess, exactly what Spurs described. It's down to the parents to decide what type of content should be accessible to children, and also in what quantity.
They could make a lobby for youngsters on this game.
They
could cut down on the gore and take all the swearing out.
They've done that in Gears of War. They've done that in Gears of War. They have they have parental lock in there, which is enabling children to play it a bit like a cartoonish type of game, albeit it's fairly brutal and violent overall. But when you're doing it through that mod, if you want it, then you get no gore or any form of violent activity. And they also introduced recently. I haven't actually tried it myself. They introduced a mod through which you are changing the skins and the background, and suddenly from what you usually see as a Gears of War kind of graphics, it turns into a graphic novel. And I have to say, it is mind-boggling how they were able to do that. Think of Gears of War being ultra sharp, kind of razor-sharp graphics, similar to this, being turned into the graphics of, let's say, the Walking Dead game, like that. As you click one button, you're just changing the graphics immediately, and that is astonishing. That is really... I mean, I couldn't believe how different the game felt and looked. It's incredible.
That's a brilliant idea, because the kids then can play it, and it's not really a problem. And they'll be in a different lobby to the adults.
Yeah.
So I think that's something they should probably look into.
They could actually do this straight away and apply it, but they're all thinking about numbers. Today, any online hub is all about how many likes, how many subscribers, how many this or that. It's all about clicks, ticks, and the number of people who are accessing it. I find it utterly ridiculous because I remember discussing it in another completely unrelated forum to this, and the Guardian newspaper, or any other, you would have an article being liked 57,000 times, 150,000 times. And if you were to talk to many people who liked the article about what this article was about, they couldn't tell you. They didn't read it. So why did you like the article? Because they liked the title of it. They liked the picture. So it defeats the purpose, because in the old days, would you go and purchase Newsweek or The Spectator, pay £5 or £6 for that weekly magazine, if you were not going to read it, if you will use it as a doorstop or something? Well, you wouldn't, first of all, waste your money. Secondly, if you bought it, you would read most of it, or you would read articles that were of interest to you. You see, with the internet, it's the other way around. A freebie, no need to read, yet you can like. So it's really. I mean, I remember discussing this with a group of people in a live forum, and we sort of tested that a bit. And they all liked certain articles, they liked certain things. Well, when you open up the subject, are you going to be discussing this? So, what's been said, who said what? They knew nothing. Oh, well, I've read it, but I actually just skimmed through it. I didn't really read everything. It seemed too long.
Read the headlines.
Well, hang on a minute. The article is long. This is as to why it is in a newspaper or a magazine, or even on its online hub. But you've got to read it in order to be able to discuss it. And the perfect example is Brexit. That's the perfect example. How many articles of in-depth analysis of pros and cons we've had in mainstream publications? Very many. If you went to the local pub here where I live, you talk to any of the chaps in there, they've not seen, well, they've seen all of it, they've not read a word. They just had their own view. And they were all criticizing medias and politicians and everyone else. But actually, did you read this?
Most people don't. They just form an opinion on the littlest amount of information possible, then make their mind up, and that's it.
But also what upsets me is I've seen, for instance, what happened in the US, with the presidency and everything else. And you have this polarization within social groups, people swinging from one extreme to another. It's like two different groups, 50 to this side, 50 to the other. So you go in there and you want to talk to them about a particular issue, let's say a speech that somebody was giving, or the contents of it. They will know nothing about it. They're not listening to what's been said. They'll be just swinging to the extreme view because they believe that's the best way. That's the way it should be. Not a good idea. You need to listen to what's said.
I'd never listened to any speeches from Donald Trump apart from the COVID one where he said about injecting people with disinfectant.
Yeah, but you know what I meant. I didn't mean him specifically. I just meant overall, if somebody is...
That's why I shouldn't have an opinion on him, really, because I've never really bothered listening to him. It's because I know he's an idiot. That's why I've never bothered. Well, I know I shouldn't be talking about political things, but I can't stand that, man.
It's just, I think for myself, if I'm going to be debating something, if somebody asks me about a particular field or something of interest, I would probably refrain from debating it or coming into conversation if I knew very little. But I found with these issues like Brexit or all the other current issues, a lot of people think they know everything, and the actual fact they've not done the research. I mean, quite frankly, anyone affected by such massive changes would need to know pros and cons. So you ask Joe blogs, like, what's going to be affecting you through Brexit? He says, I don't really know. Well, is it going to be good or bad? Well, I think it looks pretty good, or maybe very bad. I was saying, what is it? Is it good or bad? What do you think?
That good, to be fair.
What's been happening? What's the idea? Have you read any articles? Did anyone tell you? Nah, it just seemed too complicated. Anyway, cut and story short, the idea is likes, subscribes, and all of this. If somebody does that, you would expect that person at least to look at what they're subscribing to, like with these forums online. And you'll frequently find just like the look of something, a nice picture, beautiful design, or whatever, hence the skins and cosmetics which are purchasable in various games. And, I just personally would invite people to kind of look in depth in order to find out what's going on and to be fully engaged. And we were talking, Spurs and myself, about music industry, and there's been a significant shift in there. And I remember reading Melody Maker, The Sounds, New Musical Express,
NME,
Yeah, and these were the magazines that had very pertinent, punchy writers who were talking about music as something of significance. It was important to many generations of people domestically and internationally. You read the same magazines or similar magazines of today, completely gone. You will have a new record of a mainstream artist released. Nobody is allowed to be giving them less than 8. No one's criticizing their performance or participation anywhere. So it's a completely different ball game, and you'll be recommending and feeding
I
us
used to
so-called
like the
new
enemy.
music. Oh, it's gone absolutely down the drain for quite some time.
Kerrang! I used to buy.
Yeah, I'm not
Enemy
really
and Kerrang!
into heavy metal. I literally grew up on the Enemy. The Enemy was my main Bible, and then the Sounds and the Melody Maker. So the Enemy would have been the most important publication because it kind of comprised the music overall, what music and Melody Maker and the Sounds. They were a bit swinging towards maybe Melody Maker towards heavier rock, and the Sounds maybe towards electro and sort of poppy types of things, while the Enemy had everything together. And sadly, some of the guys who are new a little while back passed away recently, and they were writing for the Enemy and for City Limits. City Limits was a very, very prominent publication in London for many years, and kind of contesting Time Out for about 2 decades as the main publication on whatever was happening, in London, culture-wise. And I remember the writings. I remember them being very sharp and very engaging and triggering off like interesting views and debates, not just through their articles, but also later on radio, sometimes on TV. People changed, and it's all about the way we communicate today. Because think about it. I think, have you seen Anton Corbin's film Control, film on Ian Curtis and Joy Division?
No.
The manager, right, who's being played there brilliantly by.
I remember Joy Division.
Yeah, a terrific band and very, very influential. But what's funny is when you watch that film, this is like a reality check on what was happening then in Manchester of that era. You have their manager who tells everyone that nobody can manage the band because he's the only one who's got a proper phone in his house, right? Like he can answer any calls that come in. And then there's a cut, and you can see him sleeping in a bedsit, and there's a payphone outside in the building, and keeps ringing all the time. And he wrote a message in there saying, for Rob Gretton. So anyone who comes in that needs to wake him up and call him to go to payphone to answer these calls. And he outflanked every one of the other guys who want to be the manager, because he was the only one in possession of a proper, fully operational phone in his house. It was hilarious, and that's the way people communicated in the late 70s. So if he wanted to get something done, first of all, he had to be having access to a phone, and he'd be talking, and things would be progressing really slowly. Today, with obviously the invention of the smartphone, not just that you can instantly connect with anyone, but it's the overall multitude of activities everywhere. Get the knowledge from any kind of encyclopedia, get information on whatever is happening worldwide, and that's changed the way people have the need to communicate. You know what I mean? You don't have the need to be asking that other chap who's waiting for a bus at the bus stop when is next bus going to be coming, what's happening today, and have you seen any neighbors and that sort of thing. People don't talk anymore. If they talk about something which is completely unrelated to their needs. They have the phone, Google it, have a look, WhatsApp, have a look, Wikipedia. So he's not going to ask other chap.
I went to Norwich the other week. Well, not the other week. A couple of months ago, when lockdown was lifted for a little while. I went over to Norwich just before Christmas, didn't I?
Yeah, I remember.
Obviously, I'm guilty of it myself. I looked up from my phone while I was sitting on the bus, because it's a 40-minute ride. Looked up from my phone. I was with my sister and my niece. We're all sitting in different seats, obviously, because you have to. I look up, and everyone is on their phone. No one's talking on the bus, and everyone used to talk on the bus. People you didn't know would sit and chat to you, especially if you're on a 40-minute ride. Some people they're just connected that way. One of my mates that's got a girlfriend that he's been with for a long time. He met her on the bus. That was before smartphones.
Yeah. Well, this was happening frequently. This was a regular occurrence. You will go and wait for a bus, and you will meet your partner. You go to cinema, you meet your partner. You know, all these places where people could meet. Today, I wouldn't say the vast
In the
majority,
cinema,
but
it's just as bad. People
very
sitting
many
on their
people.
phones till the film starts.
Honestly, Spurs, you would not believe how many people I met in cinemas. Always that person who sat next to me, or person who sat behind me or in front of me. You always talk to these people because sometimes, there'd be many reasons as to why you would start a conversation, and it's just purely natural. But today, lots of people do not use these means as their primary access to communication because they can do it anonymously online, and it's just we as people are exactly the same as we were then. It's just that our mindset has been altered due to the way we live, and I wonder during the pandemic what would happen if suddenly we had a major power cut, like no electricity anywhere, just gone for a few days. And
you can imagine all the millenniums of the world would just go mental.
Well,
what's going on? I'm offline.
They wouldn't be able to do anything. I mean, I've seen that a couple of times in London, where you had people where there was a power cut locally, regionally, like for instance at a music venue. So it was just complete chaos, and also the inability of some people to coordinate their efforts accordingly to find out what to do in a situation of that sort. And but I still think if that was to be happening, we would be flexibly adapting. Maybe not on the spot, but we would definitely find a way, in the same way as we found a way to survive this dreadful pandemic. You know? Like 14 months ago, telling someone that all of these had to be sustained for that many months would be unfathomable. I mean, people say, goodness, I mean, it's just it's not possible. It's never going to happen. We couldn't survive. But actually, we did have to survive, and we did have to adapt. You know?
When it first started, I thought about 4 or 5 months and we'll all be fine. I didn't really think it'd last this long. But God, was I wrong. But now we're at the point, like you say, 20 million people vaccinated. Soon we're going to be out walking free.
That's right. Our junior friend there is watching and listening to all that we are saying, and our friend Cody, junior member of our community, saying that the pandemic has been hell. Well, it has been. It's been very difficult. But fortunately for all of us who still are here, who have not contracted the virus, we've been able to get through it, and we just want to see that vaccination program stepped up. We want to see all the other pharmacological companies and manufacturers to work 24/7 on a war footing to produce enough vaccine for every citizen and every member of our human community worldwide. And then, we'll be able to see the difference. Hopefully we'll be safe, but we've seen that some other variants of the virus are popping up, and needs to be monitored over a lengthier period of time. But having that first step, the major protection that would prevent the big deadly COVID from developing, is the first step. So that's really that's the primary objective. That is what needs to be happening. And for the life of me, I don't understand anybody else who still thinks that COVID doesn't exist. It's just beyond any form of comprehension. I think we'll crack on with the match, actually. I think Carter must have been caught up with something, and not sure what it is. And we can just...
it says joinable now. Spanner.
Well, he was earlier. I sent him
invites,
and I think he's probably tied up with something.
Hello? Hello, Spurs. You look like a bowl of chili.
Yeah.
What can I say? What can I say? Speaks for itself, does it not?
Something about Spurs and a big bowl of chili. I have no idea what that kid was on about.
Well, To start with, he was a child. He's not to be here.
Yeah, exactly.
And it was not just him. It was two people at the same time. So.
Alright.
The joys of random matchmaking. It's funny because a couple
That's
of
what
times.
that's why I was saying 2 different lobbies. We'll do a different lobby for people under the age of 18. If
Yeah,
they sort it out, you
They
have
would
this
need
problem.
to rework the game in order to, make it possible, and I think that would be a good way. What is that? Like a 2-piece now? That's ridiculous.
Get yourself a proper warm-up. Deploy soon.
Oh, we have 2-piece. What?
Spanners.
We can't play
Spanners
it.
are right in this game.
Enemy dropping into the AR.
Oh, double kill, well done.
I apologise for this, but we are being slotted in as a 2-piece in a quad, so that's not really ideal. Don't know what's going on.
Spanner's free now.
What is he?
Will I jump out this one? Yeah, he's free now. Just send a message.
Okay. Let's see where the cart is.
Now then, there's a good
I
one.
know what it is. It's that barbecue from last night. He was still doing it and eating it. That.
Yeah, no, still bloody cooking it. I don't know about eating it.
What was that turkey like? I want to know. Was it good?
Which one?
Well, the one you're cooking right now or the one from last night? Either.
No, I was on about having pork, wasn't I? The pork shazliks.
Oh, that's true, I forgot. It's my old brain, I forgot about it. Pork shashlik is very good. And, it makes
The
me
slower
hungry.
cooked, the better.
Yeah, and also if you marinate them, if you prepare
Yeah,
all
it's a
the
marinade
spices,
24 hours job.
it is, yeah. You leave it overnight, and then...
My wife's cousin, she's actually a chef, so she actually knows all the proper ingredients put in it.
That's good. That sounds good.
So, you can imagine when we go over there, she ends up doing most of the cooking, bless her.
Well, that's not something to be rejected, when you get invitations from chefs.
No, but you feel
pop in
you feel a bit bad because you go over there, she does all the cooking, then it's like, yeah, you have to do all the washing up, it's you can't let her do all the cooking then have to do all the washing up after.
Yeah, well, I know it's all big dinners always have the need for many people to help out afterwards. Like a few dozen, a few hundred plates, and that is just And the last thing you want to be doing if you were indeed cooking the whole day. Well, I've had a few of these, and I always mobilise the team to be doing the rest, because I was done for the day once the meal was finished and eaten. No more chores and anything else. Because it really prolongs the day and it's never ending.
Preparation is the key, though. My preparation, if I'm invited round to someone's for a meal, if it's for 8 o'clock, I've got a taxi booked for 8:30, so I ain't doing the washing up.
Yeah.
I love it. I love that. It's not a bad idea at all.
So, sorry, love, can't stop. I've got a taxi coming. Scoff as much as I can, as quick as I can, and see you later. Enjoy the washing up. I'm off.
Anyway, Spurs, quick question.
Go on.
Have you messaged Spartan and apologised to him?
Spartan?
Yes.
Well, what did I say to him?
Well, he knows somebody, doesn't he?
Know somebody.
Jose Mourinho?
All right. Oh, yeah, well, I'm not apologising for that. I thought I said something offensive, but Jose Mourinho's an idiot.
Well,
And I said to him,
you
tell
kept
him.
going on. Yeah, you kept going on about it and that, and I don't know whether he got offended by it, but...
I hope not. I hope not, because it was all made in jest. I'll send him a message on here.
Yeah, it's
Is
just
he
that you
live?
kept going on. Yeah, he's on at the minute. That's why I said it.
I think
In
that's
fact, we ought to invite him in. Then you can
I did
publicly
invite him. I
apologise
did
to him.
invite him, but he was busy.
Was he? Alright.
Yeah. He was busy with his mate because we had his mate joining us for a little while, and he said that he was going to be playing with Spartan and Paulinho, and we said that we were waiting for you to come in, so we couldn't really bring anyone else in. We're just literally making sure that we could play in a squad.
Because he's not my friend on here, I can't send him a message.
I think
I'm
Mourinho
sure
is on
they'll
his
just
last
play
legs,
again.
don't you think, Spurs?
I think so. His tactics are outdated. That was just my point.
No, I think he's got a problem with the club management.
Spartans in the regiment. If you wanted to.
Yeah, but because he's not my friend, I can't message him. No, it won't let, the whisper's locked, so I can't send him a message.
I sent him a message.
Oh, I wasn't trying to be offensive.
I sent him an invite, and I think he was
Just
busy.
Let's just say drunk Spurs is a very persistent Spurs. Am I right,
If
Spurs?
that was his team, if that was his team and Mourinho was messing it up, he'd have something to say about that as well, not just me. But I've been a Spurs fan since I was 9 years old, and the last few games, apart from a day, and the game we had in Europe, where I think it was 8-1 on aggregate, and today we won 4-0 as well. But 5, 6, 7 games before that were just absolute draws, and it's hard to watch when you're a fan.
Well, they jinxed it really, considering the early scores in the season. It looked like, the Spurs were going to be right at the top for a while, and not sure what happened. But it must be his tactics, must be something. Not 100% sure.
But it is his tactics. He's done the same thing at Chelsea. He got sacked from Chelsea for the same tactics he's trying to implement at Tottenham now, and that's why he got sacked from Man United as well.
But he comes
Tottenham
across...
have never ever been known as a defensive team. They've always been known as an attacking team. Even when we weren't that good in the 90s, if you remember. In the 90s, after we won the FA Cup, we kind of went downhill till 1999 when we won the, I think it was the Wavington Cup back then. It's now the Carabo Cup.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I kind of
And then
vaguely
we won that
remember.
again in 2012. But yeah, it's just the way they're playing. The fans, if the fans were there, they'd all be booing.
But I'll tell you one thing: the next match
there's
in
no one there.
the next match in European Cup's going to be the decider for him. If it goes sour, he's going to be gone on the night, and if he wins, then they'll say, okay, fine, you got it right. So we need to wait and see. When is that? That's on the 11th of March, I think, in about a week, roughly.
Yeah, it's not that long away.
Yeah, a week after next. But it's going to be a really busy season because we'll have World Cup qualifiers, and then hopefully there will be European Championship as well in summer.
Hey Miller, just get your bunker ready. Have you read this? Russian submarine tracked the Royal Navy patrol ship off Dorset coast.
It's happening all the time. It's crazy. Well, you get all kinds.
Yeah, 11th of March.
11th of March.
11th and the 18th. Yeah.
I get
Yeah,
lots
but Tottenham,
of
they've already played 42 games this season.
42
It's the
games.
cup runs, and we had to play them extra games to qualify for the Europa League, didn't we?
That's
So
crazy.
42 games we've already played.
But you just really wonder about the players, because that's too many for one season. 42 games. Just think about it.
Well, yeah.
How many months? What is it, like 5 months? 42 games?
Well, we started the season late, didn't we? Because of COVID.
That's right. It's in a very, very short space of time. All right, boys. Let's just have another.
Yeah, I'm not having too many more tonight. Then I'm going to come off and spend some time with the wifey.
Yeah, we'll have maybe 1 or 2 matches, and I'll call it a day as well. I need to get my dinner and doing Apex earlier today. All good. It's been a good game a day. It's still warm up there, Carter, in your local area.
Yeah, so it's not been too bad. I mean, this morning started off really bad, but then by about 1 o'clock it was nice and sunny, so it was misty for a start of it.
Yeah, it was misty here as well, first thing. But then they got up to a high 8. Because there was no wind, it was quite warm.
Yeah, in here
We
it's
went for a
similar.
nice little walk round the block.
Well, that sounds good. Very warm around here during the day, but very, very chilly at night. Really surprisingly cold.
Yeah, it's cold now. My wife said during the washing in that it's actually pretty cold outside.
Yeah. Well, let's hope for some nice spring
Seven here.
time.
But
it's
they're
got down
expecting
to
0 degrees tonight here.
Is it?
Are they?
Yeah.
Don't know what they're expecting here.
Well, it's still about 8 in here, so fairly warm. Fairly warm. But you know, one night when I went for my dinner, it was too cold to be eating. Take my gloves off and my fingers froze immediately. The air temperature was -16. It was very, very cold. The actual temperature, I think, would have been -8, -7. But the air was Siberian. Proper Ruski. So really.
Get yourselves a proper warm-up. We'll be deploying soon.
Saying they're concerned about the new Brazilian variant of the COVID again.
I have seen that today. Yeah, they said that that's probably at the moment, together with South African variant, to be of the greatest concern.
Incoming.
He was not happy with that.
Warm-up's done. Time to switch it off.
This was funny.
I've got a couple up there.
I got one.
The M60's quite good, you know, and that LMG. There's not a lot of recoil on it.
I think it's been improved. Do you fancy train station, or do you fancy anything else?
Yeah, let's go to the train station. There's a scav on there as well.
Yeah.
Okay.
Closing on your position. Just get moving.
Okie dokie.
Hopefully our friend's going to be with us. What do you reckon, Orange? If you've got a headset, you can talk. Feel free.
Just keep in mind we are live on Twitch. We're on a heavily moderated channel, so if you switch
We'll be
on
going
your mic-
train station if you can hear us.
Yeah, we're going to the train station over there.
You are part of the squad. We'll revive you. If you need reviving, buy you back if you need buying.
And we are called
people are
Teamwork,
coming now
Buybacks and Comms. Took me a while to remember that, you know. Teamwork, Buybacks and Comms. But it's the best possible. And that's exactly what we do.
Teamwork makes the dream work.
It is.
He's got a good idea. I'll follow him in at the bottom here. Keep me eye on him.
Oh, I've got that big LMG again. Yeah, Miller, you'll be impressed. There's a spotter scope.
That's wonderful. Where
I've
is
got
it?
Type 63.
Someone go get that.
Where's Buzz? Oh, you don't
We'll
have it.
launch that up straight away. If anybody wants to grab the actual scab, and we'll get a load out as soon as possible, shall we, as well? Well, we're not far off now. Oh, there's another gas mask up here.
Maybe there.
Money.
I've got a gas mask
Oh,
as
we got
well.
enough. We got enough for a loadout now. Do you want to go straight to the loadout?
Yeah, that's the best. But I do want to get that gas mask. Hang on.
Oh, there's that LMG for you there, Miller.
So,
Heartbeat sensor.
just a second. Get that on first.
Every orange is dropping all their money. How much is there? Let's have a look.
Well, I got no money, so I'm of no use
I
to
need some
anyone.
more Spurs if you can rip them from there.
Yeah.
I'm scared.
I'm now coming to you.
Come on, Spurs, give me all your money.
7,700.
Yeah, I just need £2,000.
Let's put it down, get a
I'll tell you
UAV or
what.
something.
16,700.
I'll get the right thing
That's
as well.
pretty
Well,
good. Loads of money.
I hope
Yeah,
that drops
UAV.
inside. What do you want, a plate box or something, a UAV?
Plate box.
Right, plate box down here, I'll drop what I've got. Some money there if anybody wants to take it.
Okay.
There's actually a decent gun down there, the greeny looking one. That one's that new FFR or whatever the hell they call it. Excuse my
Far.
language.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, we need to start pushing in now, don't we?
Yep.
Do you know what? Everybody always forgets there's a box up in this bit, just up here.
Well, I do.
The amount of people.
I don't think I've ever gone there to collect it. Even once.
And you sometimes get the odd orange box hiding in there. You're lucky.
Machine gun.
Yeah, I've never been there. Thanks for the tip.
Right, just be careful of obviously this building ahead of us. There is a team on the other building, so be careful.
Oh, I didn't pick up spotter scope. Boo. I have a perk that should prevent me from being seen. It said that it minimizes or eliminates glint. Do you know that?
Which pack's
Right,
that?
I'll go up to the roof.
I can't remember what it's called now. It does give you a silencer.
Somebody's been up
together
here,
with
but
it.
they've moved across to the other building. But if you go... Oh, somebody's up here.
On the roof.
Got him.
Is he on the
Yeah,
roof?
I've got him. He's down.
Couldn't get up. Is this next door? Is it in the same building? Where is it?
He's on the roof with us. I've got him though.
Yeah, but I can hear some firing from the orange ping. Oh yeah, I see him.
The other
I
building.
see him.
Yeah, they're on
This
there.
is where he is. Can you see him? He's going to the top. Oops. Sniper got me. I can't believe it. One shot,
Where are
one
you?
kill. He is in the building behind the big one. So it's a tiny, well, it's a small building.
Yeah, I see you on the orange ping.
Well, not really. No, this sniper was deadly. He was, I think, all by himself. Two-story building behind the twins.
Welcome to the Gulag.
Somebody's landing in
Guy-
behind us.
Yeah, yeah. I see him.
Soldier,
He got me immediately. I was dead immediately. One shot on the floor and then
time
dead.
to earn your freedom, soldier. You gave him a proper sort. Stand by for redeployment.
I'm the most successful crossbow gulagger. Every time I win my gulag with crossbow. Right, so I need to ping that. Right, so where are you? Okay, so watch this. This is where he is. You see that?
Head for target
You see where the green ping is? He's inside the building, that
Yeah.
sniper. That's where he is.
Yeah, so it's probably be shooting out that window at some point.
I think he was on.
This guy's just camping on the stairs out here.
He was on the second floor.
Is he really? Did you put
Yeah, there's
something
more.
on there? Spurs, just be careful that you're not seen from that side, so I'll get this side.
Well, I'm
I
not
can't
going
be
up
seen
there
from that
again,
side. I'm right up against the wall.
because he's gonna get me. No mind, I can chance it.
Yeah, he's not moved. He's just camping.
You reckon he's behind that door?
Destination marked.
I'll go up and have a look, but I just need another weapon. I've got nothing. Need some ammunition.
I'll just stay back a minute because I've got. Hang on, you're in front of me, Miller.
One on the floor.
Enemy UAV overhead. Troops in contact. Gas is moving in. New safe zone located. Enemy dropping into the
Oh,
AR.
I see him. He keeps popping out to the side of that building. Right, I'm wondering whether to jump off at the back here.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
You boys still on the roof, yeah?
Yeah, we're gonna
Just
push
check that.
round the back here because we're gonna get stuck up here if we're not careful.
Yeah. There's one loose cannon down on the ground floor. He's not chased me up the stairs, but he's definitely around. I'm coming in, so don't get scared.
Oh, we got a bloke up here. His mate's up here as well, I think, Spurs.
Ah!
Where is he? I didn't see him.
Dead. Back to the mission.
I'll give you cover fire. Don't see where he is. Where is he?
He's at the buy station. The loadout.
Yeah, do the loadouts. There's two of them.
Gas moving in.
Ah!
Teammate got their arms.
Look at this. He was gonna be hitting you from behind. He didn't see me. That was good. You should have seen this. It was so cool. I'm being engaged again. Where's that? Satchel. I need to get out.
Spurs back out. I'll watch the hill. And Miller, you need to start running across.
Well,
'cause you
I
have
have
things-
nothing.
We've got
on-
somebody up on the hill above us up here.
Yes, there is somebody. He was firing at me.
Uh,
He's coming our way.
Go
Watch
for your
out.
loadout.
Did you see him?
no, but I'm rotating up the hill this way.
They're targeting me.
Crawl in,
Good.
friend. Crawl in, friend. Crawl in. I can't get to because that sniper's on me.
We'll get you brought back as soon as possible.
There's somebody on the gas.
I took his
He
plates.
got
Get
me. He
him.
got me. He got me. Look at this. He
He's
got
down
me.
there, is he?
They're live. Take them.
He was alone, I think. He got us
He's
both.
got no plates. He's now plating up.
No,
Actually, I can
two
still
of
see
them.
it.
Two of them. It wasn't just one. Two of them.
They're targeting me.
The recoil on the weapon. God.
Really? When I've got my lightning fast internet, that won't be a problem.
Yeah. Well, it makes a world of difference. You'll see the difference on the first day. You're gonna be
Right, if
losing,
it
like-
turns round and says jailbreak and we're all dead, don't kick us out yet. We all come back.
Going frag.
I didn't know that.
Oh, well done, well done. Good
Right,
job, the other
let's
guy
see if
didn't
I can
really...
join him. Hopefully I don't have to fight, but it's home prepared to fight. Right, there's a Type 63, well we like that gun. I didn't do too good.
Use their vehicle, there's a helicopter nearby. Man, you're fast. I'm dizzy just by watching this. You have the king and that vehicle to your right. I've got some weapons.
No, he isn't. Let him do what he wants to do. It's...
He needs better weapons, obviously. So.
Ain't got enough for buyback, but he's done the right thing. He's got himself some armour. See, what might be able to do is he's get himself plenty of money.
There's a box on top floor. Carter, can you play as fast as this?
Of course. There's
You can.
also a box down in the room just below as well.
I couldn't.
Go round to the left. In the front there, yeah. That's a good assault rifle, actually. The simple plan's a good assault rifle if you need something assault rifle wise. He's in the front room again. Yeah. Right, we'll sit and ping enemy for you if we can. Right, just be careful because that most wanted's gone. It's been taken by another player. There is most wanted's here. There's a scav there. Yeah, most wanted's heading down towards this way, so be careful. He's heading towards here. I think he's going to be here, so I think he's going for that.
Well done. Well done.
Right, if you was taking most wanted, I've got one there.
Scav as well.
I'll say you got a supply run there, and you got another supply run there, if that's any help. Or a bounty. Oh, that white weapon that's just come out of that box. Have a look at that. That's pretty decent as well.
Yeah, this is a good weapon.
That one.
Very deadly, close range.
I like the ball.
If you grab the supply run,
Yeah, grab that
then
one.
go get somebody out. The next person will drop onto it. So if you go buy somebody back at the buy
Very
station.
quickly, you've got the buy station just there before the gas.
Or come back to this one.
Forget it. It's in the gas already.
Come back to this one here, look.
A station located. Move to that vehicle. Head for target location.
Yeah, let's have a look for it. I think there is another way up at the back here where he is now.
There is
but
one
I'm not
buy
100%
station up there as well.
Yeah, there.
You would be
No,
able
I
to
remember
get
there's
the
a set of
vehicle.
stairs here, look. Yeah, but That'll help him because that'll put him up there a bit quicker.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, if you go to the buy station first, buy one back, then what'll happen is one of us will drop down, get one out, and then you carry on to the next buy station where the... He's a crazy man.
Huh.
Get me out of the buy station, spanner, and I'll do the... Oh, you're gonna be...
Pinned down from above.
Lucky buddy.
Good
Thank
effort,
you for
mate.
your
Good
effort.
effort.
This is Valor. Good effort. Well done. We do one last game,
Yeah,
yeah?
so one more.
Yeah,
One last one.
one last
that's
game
it
for me as
tomorrow.
well. Just give us a minute. I nip out for 30 seconds. Back in 30 seconds, yeah? Right, boys. You guys are ready. We can crack on straight away.
Oh, hang on a minute.
Okay. I managed to get something by the looks of it. Sound moderator is that mod. Sound suppression. No, that's not it. No. That's not it. It's another one.
Yeah, I just accidentally did something and I just had to sort it out. I've unlocked the machete.
Machete?
Yeah.
Well, what's happened now? Where was that? There was definitely one. Must have been on another weapon, actually. I thought it was for this weapon. Ah, well then. I need to eat my words. I can't see anything that would... Flash guard reduces muzzle flash to conceal position from enemies. Flash hider. That's the one I had before. Flash hider. Flash guard reduces muzzle flash. I guess it's reducing it rather than eliminating him. Eliminating it, I mean.
What weapon would that be?
That is a mod on LW3 Tundra Gunsmith. My sniper.
Used it enough to do that.
I can't actually hear you. Something happened to your mic.
It's just a bit further away from my face, that's all.
Ah, okay.
I've moved it back closer now.
Yeah, sound moderator is the one I use because it's making it completely silent. So it's basically a proper silencer. SUSAT multi-zoom. Carter, just give us a heads up when you're ready.
Yeah, I'm ready now. Sorry.
Oh, you're ready? Oh, you said that you were doing
Yeah.
something. I thought you were perhaps doing your loadout or something. No?
No, I'd accidentally chosen the wrong weapon in one of the things. I'm using an XM4 at the minute. I'm shredding with it.
Well,
I'm using that
XM4
Far
is a good
83.
weapon.
That's pretty
Yeah,
decent.
I've used it as well.
You know the souvenir rifle that you get that's light blue colour?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what the XM... I've got it completely kitted up now.
Got mine quite high. It's not completely kitted out yet. Just working on this Far 83 because it is powerful.
But mine is Tundra and RPD. I'm like ultra conservative. Well, I'm not really. Consider that Tundra is a new weapon here in Warzone.
Deployment. Now's a good time to warm up.
We're three piece.
Hostile dropping
What?
Ah!
Knifed me? That's crazy. Oh no, they were trying to do that. It was actually somebody else. That's ridiculous, really. Ah, fiber. Fiber. We want fiber. You're gonna be laughing, Carter. From tomorrow, right?
No, not from tomorrow. I've got one until middle of March. I suppose. How that?
Still not too far away.
It's sneaking up on me.
We're still quite close.
They had Paphos on recently.
Yeah, we played with Paphos yesterday and the day before, but he's. I asked him today to come in, and he said he's very busy today, and will be joining us from tomorrow. Wasn't able to come in today. We had a lot of fun yesterday. Paphos was chasing spares. It was hilarious because I could see on. Hang on, where are we going? So we go to that police station there. Don't you think? Yeah, the town, near the dam.
Yeah, I'll go for that.
Yeah.
Bit different, isn't it? Yeah, so that bunker thing is in
Yeah,
there.
we've gone yesterday. We've
Yeah,
gone
we
yesterday.
did. We
We've
went.
gone. Yeah, yeah. We asked you, we were live on air. We asked you about the silo where
I'll go
the
for this red building.
where the thing was, and we went down
Far
and
or whatever
investigated.
it is.
I've taken
Yes, I
some
think that's going to
screenshots.
be the nuke that. I
Yeah.
think that's going to be the nuke that finally
Destroys
destroys
the
the
map.
whole of Verdansk. I think
That's exactly what it
you'll
will be.
probably find it'll explode inside its own silo,
Very likely, yeah.
and then it'll flood Verdansk because it's near the dam.
How ghastly.
What we got up here?
That's
I'll tell you what, we'll take that.
Bounty target has been marked. Kill 'em.
Oh, I'm glad that's our teammate. I was better shooting. Where are you, Miller?
In hell. He pitched at Milano before I had anything else, and first it was one mag and then melee, and I was gone.
The Gulag. survive and you can redeploy.
Not a pretty sight. I didn't see him. He sneaked up from behind me and I actually heard nothing.
Well, he's heading this way here, so
I
I'm
heard
gonna
nothing,
go out
and he was all by himself. A lone wolf doing a quad.
Fight's kicking off. You can
I
always
just
have
picked
a
up a
go
nice
at
weapon.
while you're waiting.
I've got a munitions box here as well, boys, if you need it.
Smash their mugs for the well-placed start. Pay attention, you'll be out there soon. Get yourself sorted, you're up next.
Ready for more.
Listen up, soldier. Win here and you return to the front line. But if you lose, you're done. Time to earn your freedom, soldier.
Oh, I can see him. He's up on top of the thing. Right, get ready because he's probably going to come towards me.
I'm in hell.
You're heading back to base.
This time I didn't win my gulag.
I can't see anyone.
No, he's gone. He's on the quad bike now.
Alright.
Moving.
You're looking at the guy who killed me.
First aid here.
Yeah, I was looking to probably go shoot him, but he's dipped
Well,
down.
he was away on that quad by the looks of it. Looted.
Yeah, he was on top of the roof a minute ago, but
Yeah, he
dipped out.
he
Right,
went up.
we'll get money together and we'll get you back as well. And
I've got
obviously
enough to get
load
back.
it.
Where's the
I just-
closest eye?
I was just surprised that I've heard nothing.
Oh, got that gun already. Right, if we get you back, Miller, there's a
Aid station marked.
decent gun there.
Is that the nearest one, yeah?
Yeah.
I'll make my way to it. So I can get you out straight away.
Be careful the bounties run there as well, not too far. Maybe
That's
25,
right.
40 meters.
Jump on the back, mate. Alright, we'll drop our
thank you.
money and we
Thank
should. Spurs, come back, we'll get a load out.
Probably best to be away from
Drop your
that,
money, Spurs, drop your money, Spurs.
yeah,
Ah!
Oh yeah.
Come
Where's
under
your
here.
fire?
Come under here and throw it.
Yeah.
yeah, I'll wait, but don't drop it down there in the clearing. 'cause
Need to throw it
otherwise
down
it'll
there.
Loadout drop inbound.
Be careful of that point there.
be- Right. It's all in the clear down there, is it?
Yeah, I've got a munitions box. I'll drop.
Okay.
Taking a mine.
Take that item.
Well, I thought I was going to be toast for the second time running.
Pick up them. Yeah, pick up your bullets there,
I
nice.
did, yeah. Picked him up, yeah.
Oh, spot a scope.
Thank you. Oh yeah, cool.
Grenade spotted.
Excellent.
You can put the spotter scope out on your loadout.
Can you?
Yeah.
I need to investigate this. Is that
So
something
instead
new?
of having like a heartbeat sensor or a flashbang, you can have a spotter scope.
Okay. I'll look into that because obviously I can do with a spot scope straight away as soon as I pick up my loadout. I'm getting my sniper, ghost,
I need
and
plates
then,
or something.
Yeah, I need plates.
and then spotter scope too. That's good. contact outside, by the looks of it.
No, it's in here.
Whereabouts?
I don't know, I think it was off to my right. This direction, orange.
Frag grenade.
Yeah, he was inside, but I think he got out.
Self-revive there if anybody needs it.
There he is. He got me again. He's outside, he's just around the corner. I'll go behind, so he'll be able to revive me. He's around the corner, he's not going to see me.
I can't see him.
No, he's dipped.
He probably, he's all by himself. Plates, plates anywhere.
He's dead.
Yeah, got it.
Okay, any plates? Has he got any plates? Oh, we need to
Yeah,
take all
yeah,
the
yeah,
plates, yeah.
Because the top side.
Moving in. New safe zone located.
Yeah, I
I'll
need
just put
plates
one in.
big time. There's a buy station up here, I'll go grab a... I'm gonna have to be a bit... Unless we put things together and get a plate box.
Body armor. Use body armor. Anyone use body armor.
Okay, I'm
Body
coming.
armor here, that.
Coming.
No, I need...
Thank you. Yeah, we need to get a plate box.
I'll take one.
You only have one. So we all
Let's
need...
get to the buy some then.
Yeah, we need to go to the buy.
How many boxes are down there? There's only one, it's just ours.
Okay.
Right, money's there.
Go to cashier.
And you need some more money to get a plate box.
Yeah, I do.
Can you drop some more money, Purple? Just so we can...
Yeah.
We need about, what, grand?
Then
Buy armour
take the
box.
money, get an armour
I
box.
have,
Oh, got
I have
it.
some money as well.
Come out and secure the cargo.
Oh, got it.
Nice.
Got some armor, have you? Okay.
Right, where's Miller?
Just behind you.
Got gas moving in.
Alright, come here then. Come towards me, I'll drop the plate box over here. in this
Someone
building.
29 metres on my heartbeat there.
Saved your ass.
I'm being shot from the other side. He's at the side of the building on self-reviving.
I'm without any plates.
Which side?
Can't engage.
Plate box is here if you need it.
Received.
Is the plate box outside?
Yeah, I've had to drop it because I've been shot at, but I think he's going to try and run in from across this side.
Yeah, got it.
47 metres, 28, he's coming around the back. There he is. More plates.
You got him, yeah?
Yeah, he's dead. There's more plates out there as well, yeah. Nice. There's another guy, 30 metres. Oh, he's there.
He's where?
Crawl in.
Uh,
I'll close the door, hang on.
I took his plates. To just kill him.
You'll be okay.
The gas, we need to get out.
Yeah. He must be dead.
Maybe,
No, he's
maybe
down
not.
here somewhere.
You legged it. Get away from the gas, boys. The gas is
I
coming
think he's
as
in
well.
one of these buildings.
No, I can't see him on my heartbeat, and we saw him before.
I've got another plate box if we need it. I managed to pick one up. Do we need plates?
I could use a refill.
Ah, there's a quad bike coming in. Right, I'll drop it in here. Come here, quick.
Driving around, yeah, I can see him.
Yeah, he's got off.
Eyes on target.
He's
left.
down.
Hostile maneuvering.
Another guy there.
Hostile maneuvering.
Run and slide, run and slide.
Oh man.
Got one behind this building somewhere.
I couldn't pull out my sniper fast enough to get him. He was standing, he didn't do anything, he wasn't walking anything.
37 metres too. What? There's a guy behind.
Yeah, he killed me, he was on the gas.
Ah!
He was on the roof and he dropped behind us.
Oh, damn it!
Yeah. He was so fast as well, this bloke. I didn't see him. He dropped and immediately. It's unfortunate.
Ah,
Back to Ukraine's finest, right?
Spurs has gone to bed.
Yeah, I'm still here.
He's coming around. Slap him, Spurs, slap it.
Ah!
Unfortunate.
I looked at my proximity, not proximity, my Semtex straight at him. How come it didn't stick to him?
Ah, the old post.
What?
Battle Pass update. What's this? No thanks. Right, boys. I think we've come to the end for today, and thanks very much for joining us. We had quite a lot of fun, lots of chatting,
Yeah, no problem.
good community content, and that. Hope you all have a good evening. I'm off to have my dinner. Let's catch up tomorrow. Paphos will be on, and then we can crack on.
Buddy.
Take care. See you all
And
tomorrow.
you, bud.
Yeah, no problem.
See you
Right,
later.
see you later.
Thanks. Bye bye.
See you later.
Bye.
As you've seen, we had quite a few matches and a lot of community content. We talked about lots of different things today as we waited for one of our friends from the regiment, and hope you enjoyed all you've seen. Hope you had some fun. We didn't really manage to get very far as far as the top 5 were concerned, but on the other hand, we've not played that many matches either, so all good. We'll carry on tomorrow as usual. We've heard that Paphos will join us, and perhaps also some of the other community members from Portugal, and we all look forward to that. So the time is now for everyone to have their dinner. Well, I certainly will have to walk to the neighbouring town in order to get it. So thank you all for supporting our Warzone community here on the channel and on Twitch. Also, I want to thank everyone who watched and supported our Apex community. We have some new members joining us as well, and we'll carry on with both of these games tomorrow as usual. So until then, I wish you all a very, very good night.